Welcome to episode 99 of the Health with Hashimoto's podcast. Every single episode, I give you simple and sustainable things that you can do to improve your health, even if, and especially if you have Hashimoto's. We want to give our bodies every chance they can have to be healthy. We have to support everything that our bodies need in order to do their jobs. And today, I don't have just one simple and sustainable health tip for you. I have 20. I am going to give you 20 different things that you can do during the busy summer months. You can do them anytime, but these are specifically designed for right now when you're running short on time. Every single one of these can be implemented in less than 10 minutes. Now, don't take every single one of these. In fact, just pick one, maybe two, and then you can go to the website. I have a blog that goes along with this podcast episode, and it has a list of all 20. So you can go over there, unless you're not multitasking. I'm always multitasking when I am listening to podcasts. So if you're sitting there with a pen and paper and you're taking notes, then you'll get all 20. Otherwise, if you're multitasking, head over to the blog. It's healthwithhashimotos.com. And you can just print out the list because it'll be right there on the blog. So let's dive into number 20. Now, these are all in random order. They are not in order of importance. They are not in order of how much time they'll take. It's just a list of 20. Number 1 is to hydrate first thing in the morning. Now, I keep a mason jar of water right on my bedside stand. Personally, I take my synbiotic, my pre and probiotic, first thing when I wake up. I sit up in bed, I grab my jar of water, I grab that seed synbiotic, that's the brand I use, and I take one of those first thing in the morning before I even stand up. If you take thyroid medication, you probably do the same thing with your thyroid medication. It is really good to start your day with some water, no matter what, because we all dry out in the night. That's how our bodies are designed. You can up-level this by adding some lemon juice. I do not because, I don't want the lemon juice to sit there all night, so I just do plain water. Number 2, morning sunlight. When you expose your eyeballs to the sun first thing in the morning, it really helps your circadian rhythm, which is going to help you sleep better tonight. It's also going to help you be more awake and alert. So spend a couple minutes outside ideally, but just looking not directly at the sun, looking at the daylight first thing in the morning. Number 3, do you stretch every day? I admit I do not. Now, workout, walk, yes, strength train, sometimes stretching. I'm not very consistent at it. How about you? It is a simple thing that you can do to increase your health. You can do just a simple 5-minute stretching routine. You can find them online. You can look up yoga routines, Pilates. Pilates is more strength, but whatever it takes for you, just incorporate some stretching. Number 4, herbal tea. Now, I love a good cup of herbal tea, non-caffeinated, just herbal tea. Some of them have really good health benefits. In the past, we have talked about how chamomile can help with Hashimoto's. That was back in episode 81, and I shared a study where they found that drinking chamomile tea 2 to 6 times a week decreased your risk of developing thyroid cancer and thyroid disease. So interesting. Number 5 is kind of popular, and I admit I have tried it and it does not agree with me, and that is ending your shower with a blast of freezing cold water. Some people try to get up to 2 minutes under the cold water, and they find that this practice, it stresses your body, which it's supposed to do. It's that short-term stress, and it makes your body stronger. Now, I will caution you, if you are dealing with an autoimmune problem where your body is already stressed, this might help. It might help build your resilience to stress, or it might hurt and cause too much stress. So really monitor yourself, and know what works for you. Go ahead and try it, and maybe it will work for you, maybe not. But a cold shower or cold end of your shower can stimulate blood circulation, and it can reduce inflammation. Hack or tip number 6 is my favorite, you know what it's going to be, deep breathing. Belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, it reduces stress, it promotes relaxation. It is so good for you. And you can just do like just a couple of rounds. So helpful. Now, if you want to up level it, if you feel super stressed and you want to make this even more powerful, you can hum on your exhale for each one of the belly breaths. So you take a big deep breath in with your diaphragm, so your belly is moving out, not your shoulders or chest. And then as you exhale, just hum. Don't force it out, just hum your full exhale. And then when you're out of air, take a big deep breath in and hum to exhale. Do that 3 to 5 times and see how you feel. You do not have to hum at a certain frequency, just the humming itself, that vibration in your chest, it is said to lower your stress even more than just the diaphragmatic breathing itself. All right, tip number 7 is make sure you have healthy snacks around. Now, this might take you a full 10 minutes or maybe more if you have distractions with kids, but you can, just throw a bag of baby carrots and hummus in your grocery cart. That won't take very long. And they're available in the fridge. Or make sure that you chop up carrots, peel the carrots and chop them. That might take you 10, 15 minutes, depending on how big that bag of carrots is. But just make sure that you have some healthy snacks available in the fridge. Handful of nuts, some nut butter, and some fruit, whatever kind of pairing you prefer. If you have something to reach for, you are more likely to reach for that healthy thing instead of the unhealthy thing. So, quick tip is just to have it available. Tip number 8 is so relaxing at the end of a day, especially if you've been on your feet, and that is a foot soak. You don't have to do a full bath, full shower. Just pop your feet in some water. You can add some Epsom salts in it if you want, and just reduce that fatigue in your feet. I have heard that if you add Epsom salts into your foot soak, and if you have a migraine, that can help with your migraine. Something about it draws more of your blood flow down to your feet from up in your head. So it kind of reduces the pressure in your head a little bit. If you deal with migraines, you can see if that works for you. There's a lot of causes to migraines, so it may work, it may not. Again, know yourself. That was number 8. Number 9 is a gratitude journal. This does not take very long. At the end of a day, ideally, you can do it at the beginning of the day, but at the end of a day, write down 3 to 5 things that you were grateful for today. Now, what that does is it tells your brain, it tells the reticular activating system in your brain that you prioritize good moments that you can be thankful for. And so if your reticular activating system, it's a pinky-sized thing in the base of your brain, if it knows that that's important to you, then it will look for those times during the day and it will alert you to them. That's the job of the RAS, the reticular activating system. It's the filter. It doesn't let extra things in. It decides what you're going to notice because you are having so many signals get to your brain every single second. So there has to be a gatekeeper. You can't be aware of every single one of those. You would go crazy. By keeping a gratitude journal, you're telling your RAS that feeling grateful is important, that you want to notice the things that you can be grateful for, and you will notice those. So it's not like you're changing the day, but you're changing your perception of the day. You're changing your perception of the world. It is so fast, 3 to 5 minutes, and it can change everything. So a gratitude journal is number 9. Number 10 is sticking with the theme of writing, and this is spending some time using art to de-stress. Now, you can go out and check episode 36, where I talk about using art to de-stress. I talk about drawing. I think Zentangle might be in that episode. Rhythmic, repetitive things like crochet, knit, cross stitch maybe I talked about. I brought in a whole bunch of different things that you can do with your hands that are all creating art that will decrease your stress. And that is episode 36. All right, tip number 11 is a quick green smoothie. Now, you might want to prepare these or at least write out what you're going to have in your green smoothie ahead of time. Basically, The recipe is this: throw some greens in the blender and blend those up first. The key to a smooth smoothie is blending your greens first. And then once they are smooth, then you add the other stuff in, whether you're going to add fruit, berries, a banana, some peanut butter, whatever you add to your green smoothie, blend the greens first and then add your other stuff. If you are looking specifically for liver health to support your liver, because of course it's your liver that's the big filter. And if you have Hashimoto's, you want to make sure that your liver can process all of the hormones, especially estrogen, which can mess with your liver and it can cause problems. We've talked about estrogen dominance and that relationship to Hashimoto's. So if you're trying to prioritize your liver health, throw some broccoli sprouts into your green smoothie. Broccoli sprouts are one of the best vegetables that you can have for liver health. Number 12 is, again, eating, and that is prioritize protein. How much protein do you eat in a day? Getting enough protein in your day is crucial for physical health. It's helpful for mental health. Getting enough protein has an impact on both anxiety and depression. Protein also helps with, every single aspect of your health. So prioritize protein. I have heard it said that most women should, figure it out for yourself, but most women should aim for about 100 grams of protein a day and not more than about 30 grams at one sitting. So if you divide that up, you got 3 meals, 30 grams of protein for each one of those meals, plus a snack. That one might take you more than 10 minutes the first time to count your macros and to look at what you typically like to eat and how many grams of protein it is. But once you know the macros, the protein, fats, and carbs of what you typically eat, this will not take you more than a couple minutes to grab what you know works for you as far as boosting your protein. Number 13, take a walk after supper. This does not have to be more than 10 minutes. Between 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so this one is, a little longer than 10 minutes, but 10 minutes will do. But 10 to 15 minutes is going to improve how your body is processing what you just ate. Now, I'm not telling you to move fast. I'm not telling you to do a workout or to run your heart rate way up and go all into cardio. No, this just a simple walk for 10 to 15 minutes, and it's going to help your body process your food. It's going to help it take care of the blood sugar, and it could help you sleep better. Also, if you're watching the sunrise or if you're getting that circadian rhythm light into your eyeballs, that can boost your sleep. That was number 13. Number 14 is being mindful. Now, being mindful, I think back to when one of my sons was really struggling with sleep sometimes, and we would count to 5, and I would have him look for 5 things that he could see in his room, 4 things that he could hear, 3 things that he could touch, 2 things that he could smell. And obviously I'm not going to have him taste anything. We're going to leave out that sense. And we would have 2 or 1 thing that he was grateful for. Being mindful just slows you down and focuses on what is in the present moment. What are you around? What is going on? What are you surrounded by? Just be present. That is really the key for mindfulness. It can slow you down and it can decrease your stress. Number 15 is another snack one, and that is just berries. I love berries, especially if they're fresh from outside. I don't know about you. I do not like cold fruit. I don't like it. So if I pull some strawberries or raspberries or blueberries out of the refrigerator, I don't like them. If I pull them off the tree, off the bush, they are so good. Sun warmed, just a fresh raspberry right off the bush. Of course, you're getting bitten by mosquitoes and the raspberry bushes might poke you, but there's something about fresh berries right off the bush. They're so good. But berries in general, they have a lot of antioxidants. They are good for you. Number 16 out of 20. Have you ever heard of grounding or earthing? It is essentially the practice of, just like electricity, you have to have a grounding wire. It's doing that with your body. We are in insulated houses. We wear rubber on our feet. We can build up electricity. Not a ton, but have you ever rubbed a balloon on your head and it builds up the electricity and then you touch something and there's that shock? Well, there's a little bit of electricity built up all the time in us just because of the environment that we live in. If you go outside and you touch grass, now touching grass can be used as an insult these days, especially for people who are online too much. People will say, go touch grass. And it's an insult, meaning that you are too involved in the online world. But it's really true. Like, we need to go outside and touch grass. And that's not an insult. It just is. Like, we are healthier when we go outside and touch the ground. When you touch the ground, especially with two parts of your body, that way, the electricity can go through better, then you're going to be more on the electrical wavelength of the earth. I don't know all the right terms. All I know is that when I rub a balloon against my head and build up that electricity and I touch something, I release the extra. Same thing happens when you go touch the earth with especially like two parts of you, because you want it to flow through. And if you want to look it up online, there's videos of people like holding on to what are they called? The wires where the gauge, is that what they call it? Where they can see how much electricity is in stuff. Electricians use them. Anyway, there's videos of people doing that, and it shows like how much electricity is in them, and then when they stand on the ground with both feet, then how that changes. Super interesting, and it can decrease the inflammation in your body, and it's been shown to decrease pain. All right, number 17, essential oils and aromatherapy. This one's super fast. If you have a diffuser, put a couple of drops of calming essential oils in, or whatever you want to create that environment that you want. If you want something soothing or something invigorating, there is an oil blend for that. I personally love Eden's Garden oil the best. They are pure. They were the first company that I was ever aware of before the big network marketing ones. They were putting out their certificate of analysis and their GCMS. So it's also woman owned. It's also much cheaper than the other big ones. And I love that they have such an emphasis on safe education. All the things that they promote are safe and research backed. We're on number 18, music. Pop on some music and dance or relax, whatever you're in the mood for. Music is healthy. That one's super fast. Number 19, read a book. If you read novels, if you read fiction, it actually makes you healthier. Now, this one, it could take you more than 10 minutes. When I sit down to read a book, I do not read for 10 minutes, but you can flip through a magazine, you can flip through a book of art, you can open your novel and read for 10 minutes, and reading can give you a mental break, and it can just be good for your health. All right, we're on to number 20, which is the final one. That is positive affirmations. I love telling truth. And a lot of the things that we repeat in our heads on repeat over and over are negative. Many of them are not true. They are not kind. We just have these negative thoughts, these negative soundtracks running through our head. A positive affirmation, it is something that is true. It points you towards the truth. It speaks truth into you. It's not changing the world around you. It's helping you know who you are. Now, if you are interested in some positive affirmations, I do have a 90-day text campaign that I would love to send to you. Now, this is not all affirmations. I have health information mixed in here. I have some health hacks in here. I have some, like I said, positive affirmations. It is 90 days of getting one text from me every morning. I would love to text you for the next 90 days. Now, the cost for this is not anything directly to me. The cost is you start on the dual synergizer. Now, you've heard me talk about that in the past. It is Protandim NRF2, which decreases the oxidative stress in your body by 40% in 30 days. That's huge. It increases 3 different antioxidants made by your body. The NRF2 pathway that you have in your body is activated by this Protandim NRF2. The other part of the dual synergizer boosts your mitochondrial health and helps your body create more energy. Do we need that as somebody with Hashimoto's? Absolutely we do. So by supporting these 2 different pathways, the NRF2 and the NRF1, which is the mitochondrial one, you are working on your health, and it takes less than 10 seconds a day to take those 2 different products. So if you want to get those 90 days of texts from me to encourage you, to help you focus on your health, to teach you some more about your health, 90 days, I would love to do that. And you're supporting your health by taking the Protandim Dual Synergizer in the meantime. Now, to sign up for this, the link for the Dual Synergizer, I've got an affiliate link down below in the show notes. Click that link, order, and then make sure to send me a message so that I know that you want to be part of that text campaign. Otherwise, I won't know that you want to do the 90 days. You'll still get the Protandim Dual Synergizer, of course, because you ordered it, but unless you specifically tell me, I will not know to add you to that 90-day text campaign. So click the link down below, buy the Protandim, and then text me and let me know that you want to be part of that. I look forward to texting you and encouraging you in your health on your phone every day for the next 90 days. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Please discuss any concerns and plans with your trusted healthcare professional. If you found this episode helpful, will you please share it with a friend? I'll see you next week on the Health with Hashimoto's podcast.